man, I do not want to texture this all over again. Hey, Pug, what's up, man? This was a bad idea. I shouldn't have started this until I was done with this, because this thing's all nice and textured. I gotta go back and retexture that one again? Yeah, like this one's all nice and textured. I gotta get these the hell out of here. It's gotta happen this weekend. Oh, gosh darn it. Dude, I was so excited for making, like, this epic SV dropship. And then just, you know, everything crushed. Just crushed. Just, yeah, it hurts. I had a whole idea in my head how it was gonna look. It's gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be really cool. It's gonna be a really cool SV. Just completely different. And yeah, just nah. Nope, can't have it. Can't have it. Ah. I don't know what to do now. I don't know what to do. I mean, we could like finish the premium, I guess. That's fun. Damn it. I was so excited. Alright, what are we doing instead then? Thing's done. I want to make this smaller, but then it wouldn't have a shield, so make much sense. It is freaking hot, man. Yeah, guys. So those who didn't look in the experimental patch notes, they had announced HV to SV docking, and then they took it away and said, not now. We gotta iron that out a little bit." So, like, hey Timmy, it's August. You're getting a new PlayStation for Christmas. Oh, really? Oh my god, I'm gonna go look online and see what games I can get, like hours later. Yeah, never mind. Can't really do that. Oh, sorry. Not in the books. We'll work on that. It's like, wait, what? Damn, I don't really know what to do, to be honest. I'm kind of a little torn up here. I mean, I guess, you know, what we could do is we could just say, like, fuck it and just like build the SV anyway, and then maybe we'll build it so good that Elyon will be like, oh my god, we must do this just so this ship works properly. Otherwise, like, what's the point? It'll be like an ode to the experimental patch. What do you guys think? Think that could work? Think that could be a thing? Could be a thing. So yeah, so the idea was, and see, it's tricky with HVs, right? To be honest, it's kind of tricky with docking with HVs, is because most HVs, especially tanks, have turrets on the top, and those take one block, right? So in order to actually dock like a dropship, you'd have to have yeah, you'd have to have a docking pad right there. That would work. But see, now you've got this thing here that's gonna block the capability of the turret. So it's kind of a, I don't know, it's kind of a toss-up. But you're kind of in that situation no matter where you put it, other than below, and you can't really do that. So kind of a, yeah, I don't know. kind of a thing. But, you know, a minor thing, but it's a thing. Now, well, no, you can't, yeah, see, so HVs don't have, which is what would be cool. If HVs had the SV docking pads where they retract in, I mean, the hitbox is still whatever, but I'm more talking looks. It would be cool to have that, like, sticky outy one that, like, kind of goes out at an angle and docks. That would be cool. And you just deploy that shit. All right. Well, whatever. Let's just freaking build something. Yeah. When Elion gets you down, gotta build something, man. What you gotta do, you just gotta build something. So the idea, right, was to obviously have like a, I wanted to make like a, I don't know, like kind of a hawk. Not a hawk, but like a, I don't know how to explain it. Let me just flesh it out, see if it's even what I'm thinking here. So it was gonna be pretty big too. I mean, it was gonna be big enough. So this is the thing. Like, let's first talk about the whole concept of it, right? So an HV docking to an SV. You know, some people are messaging me asking me if I'm gonna, you know, make the sledge you know, like an SV version of the sledge, and I'm totally not thinking that way. That doesn't make a lot of sense. That's a huge ass SV. To have an SV the size of a sledge, but not have the capabilities to have a med station, to have scanners, to have an advanced constructor, to have any kind of cargo, like that's kind of a that's a step down. I would rather just have the CV sledge. Like, function wise, that doesn't do anything for me having an SV sledge. Hey, what's up, Fluffy? So I was more thinking like the only way that it would be cool. Well, there's two ways. There's two ways it could be cool. One way is if you have the SV and it's big enough to where you can have some additional cargo, and it basically just serves as a transport for the HV from planet to planet. So in a situation where, you know, you're going from planet to planet or whatever, like if I go to a planet to maybe mine Sascosium, right? Normally I'm taking my CV, I'm dropping it down on the planet, and then I'm going somewhere in my HV to come back or whatever, right? But this way you have the SV, so it's just a smaller form factor. You're strictly taking the SV to transport the HV to this other planet. The SV doesn't really serve a purpose beyond that. Like, it doesn't have clone chamber, doesn't have med, doesn't have the ability to hold a lot of cargo. So in a way, it's kind of a, it's still not a, it's not an upgrade, definitely. You save fuel, but then you have the lower warp, and you don't have the cargo. The whole thing about the SV is you can have a 320k cargo container, and that's like amazing if you're just going to a planet to like grab ore and stuff. Hey, Chainsaw, what's up, man? So yeah, you know what I mean. So it's like it's a little less. So the only, you know, multiplayer, I'm not even talking about multiplayer because that's a totally different thing. You could totally have SV drop ships that would drop and deploy tanks to battle and stuff. So I could totally see that, but I'm more talking solo play. The other thing is, it's not like you could go into the atmosphere with the SV, with the HV docked underneath it, and then like deploy the HV, because then you're leaving your SV up in the air, and how are you gonna get back to it? And so you would still have to land. You'd have to drop off the HV. You'd have to land the SV, get back in the HV, go about your business, come back, get out of the HV, get into the SV, clamp onto the HV. I don't even know how that would work. I mean, I guess I'm kind of confused as to how the docking would work, and maybe that's why there were some issues with deploying it in here. Is like, do I have to be in the HV to dock to the SV? So then I have to hover the SV just right to where I can lift up with the HV to actually dock. You know what I mean? Or Yeah, I mean, it would be a lot easier if you were like parking on top of the SV, because then it would just be, you know, that. But for me, like wanting to make like a clamp kind of thing, that would be kind of a hard maneuver to have to lift up to dock. Oh, it's too small for the. Okay, no problem. Yeah, I'll change that on the next one. Yeah, and unless, yeah, exactly. So unless weight was transferred, which I doubt they had that they had that implemented as well. So yeah, I don't know. I just don't. It's a cool idea in a designer's kind of in a design way. It's cool, but in an actual functional way, I'm not seeing the big. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if they gave us more capabilities in the SV to where the SV can truly be not a replacement for the CV, but a lesser CV, if you will, then that would be cool. What's up, Scarlett? I could totally see that being a thing, but there's just no capabilities for SVs. Um, no, yeah, totally, Zovia. Yeah, I agree. I think weight should be transferred once docked. Absolutely. That would be, yeah, that would be ridiculous. Because even in that way, I mean, hell, you can have an HV that's way overburdened, and as long as you can dock it, now you can magically just move that mass of stuff, you know, whereas normally it would barely move. Exactly, Llama. Yeah, no, totally. So like, yeah, SVs just don't have much capability. So my thing would be, you know, like I've always really thought about this is making a big CV and then having like a smaller CV um, detachable from the CV and letting that be like a planetary kind of a planetary CV that would go down and actually do the business, the salvage business and stuff. And from there, I would deploy my HVs and SVs, and then I would bring that entire CV back up to orbit and dock it to my main kind of mothership, if you will. And I'm sure a million people have thought the same thing, right? Like that's what kind of what we want. I would love to have a big CV that can't go into planet, but can deploy a smaller CV, like the rebar. But I mean, of course, it wouldn't look that way. Like the way I would do it is I would have like a big, nice CV, and then I would literally have like another CV that would basically add to the armor of it, if you will. So like it would kind of like attach to it some way to make it look like some kind of a transformer thing or something, if you will. I don't know, just like something to that effect. So that's kind of what I was thinking would be really cool, but I don't know. But the fact that they're at least like doing something and you know they're pulling it back, and I think it could probably be a good thing. Maybe they avoided a lot of stuff, you know, based on whatever they had at this point, upsetting people and stuff. So, because you know, if you remember, the weights and volumes was deployed this way, and people freaked out, and you know, people tend to freak out around here. So, hurry up and publish the suppository. What the hell is the suppository? You talking about the? You talking about the pillbox? This is the pillbox, sir. Yeah, I need to. Jesus, I really need to. It's done. It's done. I don't think there's anything else I would need to do to it. It's freaking done. Yeah, we'll get this. We'll get this put out. I should really just do a stream of me like publishing stuff on the workshop. That'd be a wild stream, man. I'd just be like, you guys would be helping me with the descriptions and stuff. Yeah, that'd be funny. No, it's got drills. Well, it's got a space for drills. You add the drills. Well, I guess I'm already giving you the shield and stuff. What level is this anyway? That's 15. Yeah, it's 15. It already has a cozy restroom now, but that's because of the yeah, so I guess just add the drills, like screw it. Yeah, I don't know, we might just add the drills. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, yeah, we'll just add the drills. It's already got zirconium, right? So And really, this doesn't even make sense. Like 2 is enough. That third one isn't gonna do anything. I'm gonna do anything faster because those 2 are already taking up the radius. There we go. Yeah. All right. So it's got drills. What do you want? All right. So, damn. Now I'm just kind of jaded. Like I don't even want to build it. Oh no, I got you. I got you. Yeah, I didn't think it was. All right. So, I don't know. Let's put this out. Let's put this on paper here and go from there. The other thing. So the chat is small, isn't it? All right, I'll fix that. I'll fix that for the next stream. I remember if somebody reminds me. All right, so SV. So the idea was to have an SV, and instead of it being long, it was gonna be like wide. I mean, you know what? You know, it's probably like a better idea. Let me just like fix that shit now, cause like I could just totally fix that now, real quick. Give me a second. Because if I don't, then I'll forget or I'll put it off, and then like a week later, you guys are gonna be upset. And then the designer's challenge, you guys will be really upset. You'll be like, I can't read anything. I'm on my big screen and I can't read what everybody's saying. It's frustrating. So let's get this shit done now. Let's get her done. All right. Because I totally deleted it because I thought this other one was so awesome, because occasionally I do YouTube and Twitch, and that one was for both. So I was like, we're gonna do this one real quick. Be a really easy fix here, huh? Boom. And capacity. There we go. All right, now say boom. Boom. That happened. All right. Now you guys like type something. There you go. Look, is that better? Is that better, guys? Boom, boom. Better. Or can I make? I don't know. Can I make the? Oh, let me see if I can make the typing even like a little bigger. Like that's still kind of small, right? We could probably do a little better there. A little better. Hold on. Oh, size. All right. Boom. Type something again. Damn. What? You guys can see now. That's freaking amazing. All right, look at me. All right. Well, let's continue. Nice. All right. Well. Don't say I didn't do anything for you. We did it, guys. All right. So, HV, right? HV down here. Whatever. We're high up because we want to be able to build under. So now, and what my plan was to make this like a internal cockpit thingy, you know, because this thing wouldn't go into action. This thing's purely for dropping stuff in and out. But I want to make it look hardcore though. So. You build on that pillar. So while you had a no text window, do you build on that pillar so that it's easier to do under? Yeah, no, totally. And this is actually something Pear kind of turned me on to when we were doing a Anvil Games challenge. He did this. He just like put it up. I'm like, what, Pear? What are you doing? That thing's so tall. And he's like, no, I just do this so that I can get underneath it. And I'm like, wow, how have I not done that? Because I'm like literally like the one that would just build from the bottom, and then I would like lift it up once I put the thrusters on. And then I'm just like, why? When you could just do this. So yeah, this is kind of like a jack that I just remove when I'm done. Yeah, very smart. Freaking Pear, man. Pear's over here killing it. Yeah, so just like that. That would be like the this would be like when you go in and you just kind of get shit done in here, you know? Alright, so now, because I want to make it look like kind of a swoopy jet thing, you know? Yeah, he's a lab coat. Yeah, this is true. See, that's it. That's really what it is. Oh, I wanna make it stubby though. Like I don't want it to be some long swoopy thing. All right, well let's just put some blocks on the board here. Flesh this out a little bit here, and then we'll see what's up. Yeah. Okay, so that's the actual height I want. Let's go one more. Yeah, let's go one more. All right, so that'll be the height we want. So we'll marry to that. Good. So now all right, so something like that, right? Something like that. So now we need to, yeah. I feel like I don't even want to do this. Hold on. Might just do this at a 45 because I want to kind of make it stubby. This is a little too long still. You guys ever like build and like you have this idea just completely already in your brain, and you're trying to like translate it to the blocks after? Like that's kind of where I'm at right now. Like I already know what I want it to look like, but like I've already textured it in my head, like it's there, but you don't know if it's gonna work until you actually build the damn thing. Ah, nonsense. Nonsense. Throw some blocks on the freaking board, man. Let's go. Can't be worse than the first thing I ever built. Borderlands 3, eh? Ooh. Backseat someone's. Build something. Yeah, this isn't even like looking like what I. Oh. It's too stubby. Nah, this isn't what I want. This is starting to look like that other thing I was trying to build before. I'm not gonna do that again. No, you can't make them borderless. I wish. It'd be freaking awesome. But sadly, no, you cannot do that. Alright, so let's stick with that. Yeah, that's a little better. Is it only the flat glass tiles that can merge together without the borders? It's the CV ones. It's only the CV ones that do that. They haven't given us those for the other ones. My thing is, what I've been asking for a long time is you know, Minecraft gives you just glass blocks. They're all the same shapes. You know, I want basically a block that's all see-through glass. That's all of these shapes. Just give me that. That can't be so hard. Just give me a completely transparent block that looks like glass. And yeah. Let me go about my business and just make cool stuff. Like, I don't need the fancy, you know, actual glass and all that stuff. That's ridiculous. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, exactly. Wrong combo? Guessing that's what that means. Man, I haven't made an SV since the Talon Blade, man. It's been a while. It has been a while, folks. No. Let SVs do something and I'll build more SVs, but they don't do anything. What's the point of an SV? I don't like playing in SVs, and that's it. You know, you've got to be inspired to want to build something, and if it serves no purpose for me, then, you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense to have a intern. Every time I do this, I get upset with the glass, and then honestly, it doesn't even like make sense. Okay, you know what? I have a better idea. I'm not gonna do this. Okay, I'm not gonna do this as a. I know what we're gonna do because it actually makes sense function-wise to have the cockpit underneath because you know, you could potentially see the HV gets deployed. I do it underneath. You like taking apart POI defenses with them, and they're also good for harvesting auto mine. HVs are the vehicle I have. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't use auto miners, so I guess that's probably another reason why I don't ever use HVs. But I could see how, yeah, that would be a benefit, right? But as far as combat and taking out POIs, boy, that's boring. I can't think of anything more boring than, you know, taking out a POI with an SV. I mean, you're just literally sitting there like, I don't know. I just always feel separated from the game when I'm doing that. Each his own though. Like I would love it. I would love to. I love, like I've said this before. I love spaceships. I love it. I love the idea of being in a fighter jet or whatever, and dogfighting and attacking things, and but you don't get that immersion in this game. You just don't get it. It's not there. So you know, until it's there, I just don't. Yeah, I don't see it. Yeah, Shields just got here, man. I mean, I've been playing this game since Alpha 4 or whatever. I mean, I know, but I'm just saying, like, it's... You're up in air, and there's nothing up in the air that's going to do anything to you. And there's little pew-pews coming at you from a base. That's not exciting. You know? What the? Ooh, when blocks meet, it's so hot. Hey, thanks, Tech. How's it going? We're not gonna let Elion get us down, guys. We're just gonna make cool shit, even if it doesn't serve a purpose. It's just gonna be cool. And make it cool, man. Make it a cargo. Yeah, for sure. Well, yeah. I mean, it's gonna serve the same purpose as a cargo. Can't just have one function on this thing. This thing's got to serve a bunch of different functions. Because really, I mean, having that expandable cargo is like the only thing that I would see the point to all of this. Otherwise, like, yeah, I don't get the point to it. Sure, it's gotta be cool to do that. Oh yeah, take a break, man. Take a break for sure. Feel you. Yeah, we'll make a wing. I want it to be a lot bigger than that. Oh yeah. Which one? The modular wings? Yeah. Yeah, the modular wings are awesome, man. So with these, you have large, medium, and smalls, and you can, they're all specifically interchangeable. So if you went to like Delta Medium, you could then change the transition of that. And then if you went to like Swept Small, you can do some cool stuff. You can do a lot of cool stuff. And what's cool about these is they're also completely texturable, right? You get texture them anyway. I mean, they're kind of weird how they take the texture, but some of the textures work good with it. So, and then what's cool too is you can so with these you can do a these right here, which are like these little kind of things that look cool, and they kind of stack on each other, and they still look like they're kind of doing their thing. This one can go next to it, like you could do some cool stuff. Yeah, for sure. Can you fix Gatlings to wings, or does it look awful? Oh, so I would always do the medium just because the small would look kind of lame. Yeah, looks fine to me. I do something like that. Yeah, we'll do something like that, but not right there. Ooh, you're gonna give me that one? Nice. Oh no. Oh, well, let's try that. It's all about transitions, guys. Oh, we didn't want to do that. Or it should be able to be put at angles too. Oh yeah. Yep, that would be nice. And MK, what's going on? We should call it an alternative Discord voice while he's building so we can just chat. Well, get in here, dude. I don't give a shit. Let's go. Stop talking about it. Be about it. Let's go. Get in here. Oh, am I not in Discord? I'm not in Discord. That's all right. There he is. What's up, man?
Hello, mate.
What's going on?
You've just smoothed out that top. That was looking a bit like a spine at first.
Oh, I know. I'll work it again. I'll literally like change something 12 different times.
That's one of the reasons why I'm nervous about starting building, because I'm so worried about getting things spot on that I'll never be happy with it.
Nah, you just keep picking at stuff. That's all you do. You just continually pick at stuff.
So do you just do the outline first and then add all the weapons and the insides and stuff like that?
I kind of vary. Like most of the time, I always do the function first, but there's no function for SVs, so it's I kind of build them opposite. Yeah, and like seriously though, like with an HV, like there's function, right? Like you got to know where where everything's gonna go as far as the balance before you even think about making it look a certain way. But
yeah,
the only function an SV has is
I
the
suppose
shape.
you need to worry more about having lag shot armor and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the only, you know...
It's a raid!
Whoa, just got raided. We just got raided by gun for hire. Thanks for that raid, man. Very nice. How's it going? Welcome, everybody.
Oh, bye, Nev.
NMK, this is not a PvP SV. This is a...
Oh, neat.
Gun for hire, thanks for that follow, man. Doing good, doing good. What were you streaming? You were streaming Empyrion, or...? Pew pew raid, nice.
Neat.
Red Deboo, thank you for that. Thanks for that follow, man. Welcome, welcome.
To mute Twitch because that was quite a freaky echo going on.
Yeah, it does some double echo. Oh, like because you could hear me and I'm keying out. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
On an asteroid. I've never found an asteroid that big.
Yeah, they're all pretty small. Well, unless he's a minimalist like me and making a small base, then I applaud you, sir. I put my little sandstone drop base on an asteroid on the community server. There's just a
I
random one
actually used
inside orbit.
your whetstone base is my starter on the Anvil when I came over there.
Oh, nice.
That's not small, but it's got a lot in it for its size.
Right. I do like a double wing here. But yeah, so basically this build is for HV to SV docking that's now been canceled.
Yeah.
But I don't give a shit because I'm still gonna freaking build something.
Turnaround.
I'm still gonna build it.
So the thing is, though, were they seeing people docking the HVs on the top, or putting clamps on the roofs of the HVs and docking underneath?
I mean, it makes sense to dock underneath. I mean, docking on top, like, I don't, you know,
lose all visibility.
Yeah, and like take this for instance, right? Like this is a CV, which is my Kydex. So you know, it's got the docking. But would it make sense to make an
Not
SV?
that little bit in the back.
Yeah, would it make sense to make an SV this big? No, that doesn't make any sense at all. So the only way I think it would make sense is if you did like underneath docking. But then the other thing is, you know, how would you do that as a solo player? You would hover the SV just high enough to where you can rise up with the HV. That's a lot of back and forth piloting. Like I don't see how that's a good thing. So they definitely need to fix the docking. Thanks, Gun. I appreciate that.
Unless you can, unless they implemented a way for you to hover your SV over an HV and auto dock it.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. So I mean, like you take like SE, right? I mean, you can essentially enable and disable docking clamps, right? I mean, something like that.
Yeah.
There needs to be more control for pilots in all regards in this game for sure. But it would be nice to see something like that.
And the other thing is, if you decided to take your SV up to a CV, you'd still have to keep the HV on it at all times, because unless you do what I did and unclamp the HV and just let it spin in space until you can either dock it to the roof or the walls of the CV, you wouldn't be able to take off because it'd just be floating around inside it.
Right. And I'm out of blocks already. The other thing about SVs is you're always worried about those freaking thrusters. You need room for like obscenely big thrusters with SVs.
I don't know. I just think SVs can be some of the sexiest looking ships in the game.
Yeah, I mean there's a couple reasons why they're fun to build. I mean, one, you don't have to worry about turrets and if they can function or not. So you could really like have fun with the deco and stuff like that. Like you can get carried away. And now with the deco, well, not the deco, but the shields, I mean, you can get away with some pretty sleek designs that would still be combat effective.
Yeah, they are pretty tanky now with the shield. I mean, it's the shield regen, isn't it, more than anything? But it also makes them unplayable for PvP, really. Well, I mean, not unplayable, but it makes a really boring fight.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, they need to add thinner rounded shapes so you can make something like that modular wing. Then if you could make something like, you remember the Blackbird stealth bomber? If you could make shapes like that, that'd be amazing. But I was reading somewhere on our Discord yesterday, I think, that rounded shapes use a lot more triangles than triangle shapes.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're gonna do what? Who was it said make this a cargo SV?
Yeah,
would you go back and replace a lot of these blocks with like container extensions instead of normal blocks?
Yeah. I mean, I could literally one keystroke. I could make this whole thing container extensions. I mean, if I wanted to, right? Like, and I might. I just freaking might. I mean, why not? And then separate it down the middle and have 2 cargo. You know what? I'll probably do that. Cause really, this is a support. This is a support vessel. This is not going to be a fighter vessel by any means. This is basically going to carry HVs to where they need to go, and then fall back.
And then if it's got all the cargo options in it, you could dump the inventory from the HV into this and take it up to your CV.
Yeah, let's see how that works here. Oh, 1524. What? There was only 8 blocks replaced. Inner extensions. Full falls. Oh.
Is it only replaced
It's armored. No, it's armored. There we go. There you go. There's some extensions for you, sir.
Holy crap.
I wonder how much cargo this can hold.
A lot. That's crazy.
Yeah. So basically from there I would just like split it down the middle. Actually no, that wouldn't even make sense though. I'd have to it'd be a lot harder than that. So when you're designing something, especially in SV or really anything in HV, when you're doing this cargo, if I was to split it down the middle, I would constantly have to have equal amounts of everything in both
balanced,
container.
Yeah.
So the best way to do it is an arch. And so go to the center of mass. Yeah.
Because I mean, you know whose builds I normally use.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing he doesn't do is good cargo. So I normally strip out the floor of it and then put the container extender in the center of the floor and then stretch the blocks out either side as the extensions. So it's balanced.
Right. So yeah, I mean, I'd have to, yeah, I'll have to do it after the fact. That's fine. I mean, I could really do the wings. I could just do one wing section as one cargo and the second wing section as the secondary cargo.
Yeah, that's still plenty of cargo because that's going to be the full 320k if you do the whole wing in it.
All right, so.
So is that the whole length of it you can do, or is there going to be like a tail section? Because you said you wanted it quite small.
Yeah, I'm not gonna have it much longer now. It's gonna be pretty stubby, but basically it's gonna have like a whole docking clamp kind of thing on the bottom here, and it's gonna I'm gonna have like little tapered hooks kind of thing that'll kind of like look like it's kind of holding it in. I mean, it's not going to be specific
yeah,
to
that'd be
one
cool.
tank, you know, because all tanks are different
Yeah.
sizes, but it's going to look like it's kind of like suction holding it.
It takes a couple of 100 extensions to make it. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
You can tell I don't build.
Yeah, it takes a lot. It takes a lot. If you look at my, this is a good example here. My cargo pup payload. I guess cargo blade. So this is one. This is one system, one container system. So 32,000. But of course, like, it's only the innards that has the cargo. Like, all these are cargo extensions, but the outer hull is still blocked, so.
I really need to start looking through your workshop more because I've never seen this one before.
Yeah, just start at the latest and go back, and you'll kind of see, like, the latest 2 pages are probably the ones you want to focus on.
Yeah. That's the problem though. I normally start at someone's latest page, find something on the first page, and then never look any further.
Yeah. See, well, that's the workshop for you, right? Like, it's not designed to. Yeah, it's not. It doesn't work right. It works horrible. Yeah, I mean, unless you know the name of something, you can't even. Like, I can't go on the workshop and find you.
Yeah, and the filter doesn't work properly either. When I try and sort by most popular, most recent, just for the last 3 months or something, it still puts up all of it from all time.
Yeah.
It doesn't cut off.
Yeah, no, they need more search parameters. Sure. And it's something within their power to do. I mean, there's other games that have a good amount of search parameters. You know, I want to see search parameters for function of vessel and, you know, what alpha it covers and, you know, just all that, you know, so to be able
you
to...
should be able to tag not just base, but like space station base and you know, high grav HVs and stuff like that.
Exactly. They're just when you post something, you should have to do like a checkboxes, like what is this actually covering? What is this?
Yeah. Another thing that I think would be really awesome if they added it was to have a double symmetry plane, so you could have it build upwards and outwards at the same time when you're just doing one section of it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's like Avorion's another good example of that. Is you can do all 4 different planes at the same time. It's so cool. Like, you could affect all 4 corners of it.
That would be cool.
Player controlled listings got screwed up. Yeah, I mean, my thing is, right, with development, you know, first of all, we're all alpha testers, right? So we're all here to essentially give feedback to the developers so that they can make a cool game. So I get that. I totally get that, and I support that. So with things like this, where, you know, they're potentially looking at, like, HV to SV docking, put it out there. Let's see what the community comes up with. Let's see what ideas they have. Let's see what builds they conjure. And within those builds and that feedback, you may get other ideas that you weren't even thinking of. Yeah, you may not even, you may get shit that you didn't even think about and be like, oh, damn, well, yeah, no, you could totally do this, this, and this, you know? Don't worry about fleshing the thing out completely because, you know, we already paid for the game. You know,
and let's face it. I mean, I paid, I think, £8 for the game on.
Yeah.
It was on sale. You know, a normal game. Once this goes to full release, it's going to cost £30 or £40. So I can't grumble that it's not fully completed.
But that's the thing. You bought it knowing that it's under development. You know,
That's right. Yeah.
There's, you know, it's so mainstream to have an alpha game now that people forget what that even means. They forget that they're buying a game that's not done yet. People are developing it.
Yeah.
You know, people don't get that, and it's like, you know, we're here to develop the game with you. So I say put the shit out, man. Let's see what happens. Let's see, you know, what we come up with. Because with weights and volumes, yeah, people left. People got upset and they left and whatever. But, you know, also a lot of things happened that helped the game out and made it more balanced.
Like
and
I was
stuff.
saying to you yesterday, when I first came across to your server, weights and volumes really threw me for six. I just didn't have a clue how to balance my HV. I was driving around on its side all the time and stuff. But once you get used to it, it adds a dimension to the game that was completely missing without it. You know, it was too easy to just empty a planet into one ship.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's easy to spot the builders that do actually play the game like you, because you do take storage capacity and stuff like that into account.
Yeah, and that it's what makes the game fun for me, is playing the game and then, oh crap, I could totally make this job easier, or I can make this task easier by building something like this. And that's the exciting part about the game. Listen, like, if you couldn't build like you could build in this game, I probably wouldn't be playing it. I probably would have gotten bored with the content a long time ago, but because you can solve real problems in the game with building, I'm just waiting for better problems. That's all I'm really waiting for. I'm waiting for more complex problems.
So that's got a nice big flat space on top. You could park your HV there.
No. No. Makes him, yeah, I mean, it still is a bit detached, but you know, what I love about this game is it does have a little bit of everything. There's no other game like this that has all the bases covered, sort of. Most games are like, yeah, we've got this and this, and then we're not bothering with this, and we don't care about this. This game literally is like, we have a hand on every base, and you know?
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing I will say is, if you play on a server that doesn't have lots of other players, this game gets really boring really fast.
Oh no, yeah, multiplayer is the weakest point.
Yeah, the server I was playing on before I came to the Anvil, there was me and two of my real life friends, and that was pretty much it. So it was dead after a couple of weeks.
Well, it's a proof of concept. It's not a fleshed out multiplayer game. Because I guarantee you, like, there's not many people that share CVs, and you know, like, you got 4 guys on one server. You only need 1 CV. You don't need a CV each, right?
Absolutely. Well, that's what me and Chappie were doing. You know, we spawned in a massive aircraft carrier type CV, and we used it as our mobile base, and we were going from planet to planet with that, and then flying out in individual SVs and exploring.
Yeah, see, that's cool, but like, most people don't do that. Most people, they all, hey, where are we going? Like, I'll bring my CV. Oh, I got mine with all my HVs in it. And it's like, I want to play a Let's Play where we have 1 CV, we have 1 HV, we have 1 SV, and we work as like a 3-man group.
I mean, me, Chappie and Blindy, who were playing on that server, we would fly out in 1 CV. We even stuck extra passenger seats in the CVs so that Blindy's kids could come along with us on exploration and stuff. And then we'd go and do POIs together as well, because we were all in like vanilla gear. We didn't have any heavy armor or anything like that, so we were all a bit squishy. But with 4 of us going in there, we could do any POI together, you know, and it was more fun doing it together rather than going in there with epic weapons and epic armor and just killing everything.
Oh, for sure.
And that's what I'm hoping for with Anvil 3, that we get factions where people actually want to play with each other, not just have a joint warehouse, you know?
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing too, is that people that play this game, they don't necessarily leave. They, for some reason, like, this game has a lot of early game replay value. The first 10 to 15 levels are the most fun you're gonna have in the game. The first starter planet is the most fun you're gonna have in the play, and you know we'll continue to play that starter game, and then we'll be done with it after we've filled a bunch of boxes. And that's what's frustrating. It's like they need content beyond that. They really need some kind of, you know, content beyond that starter planet. Because once I'm off the starter planet, I'm kind of done. Everything else I'm doing is just kind of...
Then it's just tweaking, isn't it? Just bigger and better stuff.
Yeah, but for what? I'm no longer...
Yeah,
there's no objective.
Reward for it.
Yeah. The objective's like completely gone by then.
Yeah, see, Escali's saying you can't just go up to the Titan, take the whole thing apart and take it back to your base in a little HV, but what I do is I fly my CV over there, take the HV out, dismantle it with the HV, and then put it in the CV and carry on.
Yeah. Yeah, but see, that's... Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing, though, is like that early game and how you do things and how do you transport things and how you go back and forth doing things. Like, that's where the designing comes in and why it's fun. But after that, you know, you've solved all those issues. And, you know, people have different ways of playing the game. You know, some people like mining, you know, vessels. Some people like hand mining. Some people like, you know, like everybody has their own taste as to how they do that. But
oh yeah, I would rather go down in a hole with an epic drill and just Wi-Fi to my HV than actually take the HV into the hole.
Yeah. So.
Because I've got stuck in those holes so many times.
Right. Yeah, I mean, now, I'm kind of the same way. Like, I actually prefer now with my tank, you know, if I can have a tank like the Becker BK2, the level 10 tank that I made, with the drone hatch, I'll just park right up to it, and I could either put a drill turret down, or I could just hand drill with my drone in the safety of the vessel.
Yeah, you have to mount the drill turret on the side though, so you can shoot downwards into the hole. Everybody seems to put them on the top of the HV.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, I put mine on the rear vertically, where the space is designated for it on that build.
I have to be honest though, when I spawned in your whetstone, I couldn't work out what the abbreviations were for the crop plots.
I don't even remember. That was literally my first base build ever. Like that was over a year ago I built that, so I don't even remember.
Really?
A long time ago. What was it? R? It wasn't like G? Just a bunch of... Oh, you know what? It was a recipe. Yeah.
I think it was, yeah.
It was an old recipe that's so dated now. It's probably not even called the same thing, yeah. I did go back and update that for Alpha 9, but
it's probably just me being thick, not working out what you were calling the plants and stuff.
Well, it probably doesn't matter now. It probably doesn't even make sense at this point. It's probably not even like... probably not even a thing you can make, so I don't know. Right on.
Yeah, they used to have more recipes in the game, didn't they?
I don't know if more. I just think
they were planning on adding.
I just think, yeah, just different. It was different how you got to a ration pack, and I guess it was more complex before. That's true. They did kind of streamline it.
There's no point in growing all the different types of vegetables. You just go for pumpkins, because they don't make anything different.
All right, you're gonna trigger the lab codes because Draconis is gonna pop up and tell you what the best recipe is, hands down, the most efficient recipe. Because like while certain vegetables maybe yield more, they don't grow as fast, or you know, there's weird multipliers, and like they've got it down.
But if you're not sat in your base waiting for them to grow, if you harvest them and then you go off and do something, by the time you get back, no matter what it is, it will have grown. It's only for the people who sit there
Well,
harvesting it to make
right.
MREs that it
Of
makes
course.
much of a difference.
But just recognize there are plenty of people that do that. So it's kind of, you know what I mean? Like it's based
Yeah.
on your playstyle again. That's what I like. I mean, there's a lot of different ways that you can go about that.
Yeah. Yeah, gun for hire. I know exactly what you mean. I'm watching him, and he's using shapes I didn't even know existed.
Yeah, honestly, I only use like 3 different shape groups still. I mean, even with all the new blocks, like I'm not using a lot of shape groups. I mean, I could literally, you know, there's a lot of different shapes, right? But there's really only like 3 different shape planes that you could make still. So the first shape plane, probably the most popular one, is this one, which they're all right next to each other on this thing here. Is that right? So it's a 4 block. I don't know what the degree is. I think it's 33 or 23 or some shit. But you could basically make that, right? But then there's the other one that's only 2 blocks. That's just the triangle and this, and that's, I guess, a 45, right?
Yep.
And then there's did I say 3? Maybe there's only 2. So those are the only 2 that I make. I mean, so all the rest of them are transitions.
The second row from the bottom with the corner cut out of the block. What would you use that for?
The second.
It's
Okay.
got a weird corner cut out of the block.
Let me go back in. The second one from the bottom. This one right here?
Yes.
Oh, I've actually used that on the Kydex. Here, I'll actually show you here. Down in the engine room here. So that's basically how I connected the you see that? So that's in the center, and then basically these curves connect to it to give you kind of like a cylinder meeting point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is usable. I rarely use it, but you could use it. So every shape kind of has its purpose, but
yeah. Well, I hadn't even thought of that purpose until you just showed me that.
Yeah, it's just really working with the shapes and just getting used to them all. Like, you know, I mean, everybody here that's watched me for a while can tell you. I mean, I've barely started using half of these shapes. Like, I wasn't using curves till real recently, and I kind of embraced like more curves and stuff, and now I'm just kind of subtly doing stuff, but I'm nowhere near like, you know, what Jay Randall or some of these other guys are doing with all these crazy you know, curves and stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the amount of shapes he's used in his new Alien CV is crazy.
Oh, of course, yeah. Fortunately, I'm not subbed to anything.
I'm not looking forward to seeing what size class that is.
The CB?
Yeah. He's submitted POI for your challenge, hasn't he?
Which one? The
Yeah. He was making an alien POI.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, Jay Randall's been doing every challenge since we started it. He's got something from every challenge. And when I'm not procrastinating, I've done collections on the workshop of all the challenge submissions. If you go to my workshop and click on collections, I've got every entry from every challenge that we've done up into, cool. I think I'm behind like a month right now. You guys are able to go back and kind of check it, because man, I mean, not even Jay Randall, but like there's some amazing builds that were done for these challenges that are just mind-blowing. From the first one we did, was actually what this was the cargo SVs. That's right when Alpha 9 was coming out, and you know, that was now a thing to have a cargo SV. And then we did salvage HVs.
I'm seeing a lot of interesting buildings appearing on the workshop. Ones where they're, you know, just they're not really designed for the game. People like making churches and cathedrals and stuff like that. There's people are starting to get quite inventive.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I've just found your production space station challenge collection.
Yeah, there's some phenomenal bases in there.
That Anvil one was awesome.
Yeah, Dooms. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like, I don't say what my favorite is, but that was there.
Yeah.
That was something else.
See, all those times I've been saying on Discord I need a space station, you never pointed me to this collection.
I did actually. I even mentioned the Anvil one. I actually totally did. Yeah.
I really like the look of that NSI orbital actually.
Oh yeah,
Looks
yeah.
cool.
Annie's. Yeah.
It's not big enough, but it looks really cool. So going slightly off topic from your build, the Anvil 3 sort of middle area for people to go and trade, are you going to let people put like space station showrooms there for displaying what they've got for sale and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, no, that's the point. Yeah, that's the point. Is
Oh, neat.
Hey, thanks for that follow there, Fried Tato. Appreciate that. Yeah, no. So once we get the trade hub up, that's essentially what it's gonna be. I mean, people are gonna have storefronts that want to do that, and you'll be able to sell your different stuff. And with our modder, we're hoping to implement that to be a passive system. So you'll go there and you'll place your goods, and then essentially anybody at any time could go to your store and shop, and it would automatically deduct your inventory and deduct credits from their account
So
into
I
yours.
couldn't like, but what I mean is I couldn't build a load of ships and people just come along and have a look at them and go, yeah, I'll have that one, you know.
Yeah, no, that's what we're doing. So you'd have a showroom of sorts, right? A showroom, and then basically we'll limit it to the amount of that you could show at once. But yeah, you'll have it there, and then the person can walk through it, and if they decide they want to buy it, they could purchase it for credits and take it away.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are totally working on that for season 3. So That's the most exciting thing for me is the economy and the merchant stuff.
Yeah.
Because you know that's where we have the potential to really make something. You know, that's kind of in our control because it's based on the community. I mean, you can have stuff implemented in the game that makes it easier to do that, but at the end of the day, that's something totally within our control to build. We don't need to wait for the developers to you know, give us things for that.
So who's the new modder?
You're gonna put me on the spot like
Not
that?
putting you on the spot.
His
or
name,
anything.
no, his name is yeah, its name is. Oh, where is it? Damn it! Somebody in the chat tell me. Oh, Nakorovich. Yeah, Nakorovich.
Oh yeah. Was he one of Mad's friends? Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're going to have a challenging time on that PvP side at the start.
I hope so. Alright, start throwing some freaking thrust in this damn. Regular.
Are you going to have like different starting planets for the different factions on the Anvil, or in the PvP side?
Say that again? Am I gonna do what now?
So, on the PvP side, are you going to have different starting planets for different factions? So, like, you start fighting once you get off-world, sort of thing. Or...
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. Still being developed by Matt and them. Yeah, I'm not. You know, I'm in it, but I'm not in it. Like it's our community guys. It's our admin team that's really putting a lot of this together and
Yeah.
you know, getting the stuff. Yeah, for sure. So
Red Mad
everything that we talked about
on Sunday.
feedback wise, yeah, is being looked at now and figured out.
Are those the medium thrusters?
Yeah. Cause if Bullet comes out of the woodworks right now and starts talking about CPU,
Yeah, obviously I'm quite new to the game compared to you. Like I've been playing for what 6 weeks now, something like that. But I saw people talking about CPU as soon as I joined, and the limit that is being bandied around at the moment, 7500. I can't imagine them imposing such a tight restriction.
yeah, I mean.
And I guess it'll be like weights and volumes anyway. Server admin will have the choice of whether or not to implement
Right.
it. Someone's just typed about it.
No, Raptor, it's not going to be a thing. Stop it. Stop causing chaos.
What do you press to delete the blocks?
You hold down shift and
Yeah.
it's the right mouse button. It's funny, like I set out to make some huge freaking dropship that's gonna have all kinds of different rooms and shit, and it just didn't work out that way.
You're making the smallest possible SV.
And I can't do it, man. In my head, I can't. You know, the only reason the Kydex is so big is because I literally converted it from a CV, and it's still not even that big.
I mean, the way you've managed to make the same ship 5 times the size is amazing. I have to say, my jaw dropped when I saw that it was literally like a reflection of it. That must have taken you ages to...
No, it took me 10 seconds. Yeah, no, I didn't. No.
Did you copy paste?
Yeah. So.
No, I'm gutted now.
Well, so then after that, I
thought you were
did.
a wizard.
Right. So I basically shrunk it down to an SV. But then I had to literally gut it out from everything CV. So they're all CV blocks, even though you shrink it down to an SV. So you literally have to take all the thrust out, and you got to do all that. So this conversion, this is the vanilla conversion of an SV. So these are all SV things. Like this is legal, you could put this on the thing, but this is a premium version. So after I did that to the SV, I then took it over here and I basically made it a CV again, as small as. So these are all CV thrusters. And CV fuel tanks and you know CV generators and you know, so this is essentially a CV in an SV body.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of work, don't get me wrong. The cut and paste, I don't know if and that's something you guys should actually check out on YouTube. I just released a new tutorial on that.
On the Discord, the link to it.
Yeah, that'll show you exactly how to do it.
But I need to subscribe for about another 6 months before I've got enough karambits for something like that.
Yeah, okay, so I think the thrust, well, now we gotta worry about upward and forward thrust.
I mean, I was lucky on the Anvil that the faction I joined was the most active players in Discord anyway. Attack and Mad and Obsidian and
yeah,
Reaper. But I was listening to them saying, "Oh yeah, I'll just, you know, finish my blueprint early, or I'll get this cultivator or what." And I'm like,
"Oh, Scarlet."
But I've only got 5 karambits.
Well, that's the thing. Like with the karambits, you can mine gold. You can, you know, there's a lot of different ways you can actually get the karambits.
That is what I'm planning on doing. If I get my trading right, I can make a lot of money, and then I can buy some karambits. But it all depends on whether I can hit the right part of the market. You know, find what people really want.
Yeah. What's like the biggest freaking thruster extra?
Escali, there's a command you can use to find the red blocks that are making it illegal. I can't remember what it is.
Prefab info, one word. And then the ID number. Or no, sorry, the name of it. But see, this is the problem. You gotta make the name like one word, otherwise for some reason it doesn't like it. Or maybe you put in brackets or something, I don't know.
It's actually typed out somewhere in the Discord how to do it as well, Escali.
So this is what's frustrating with the SV thrusters is you've got the medium thruster, which is 840 kilonewtons, right? And then you've got the large thruster, which is only 1.6. And for
So it's not quite
size,
twice.
no, not at all. And for size, like look at how much bigger it is. It's freaking huge.
Yeah, that is giant.
So it's
That's
a little
almost as big
frustrating.
as your ship.
Yeah.
So I think that's what's it called, the reflective challenge or something, where we put in challenges for you to do. I think
Yeah.
your next one needs to be to make a massive SV with a pool table in it.
With a pool table, yeah. I love doing that stuff. I just haven't done it in so long. The Winnebago was the last thing I did where it was kind of like showy.
Yeah, needs to be a sexy build, like as if it was something Crazy Z had built.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'd be totally into that.
I don't think he meant it as an attack against you, Raptor. It was just a point of view discussion.
I think Tech hates me.
Raptor's saying he thinks the attack. I don't think Tack's capable of hating anybody. He's a lovely
Yeah,
guy.
that's what I'm saying. I don't think that's a possibility. I don't- Oh, I hate the way these things work.
That is enormous.
Yeah.
It looks cool though. If you can put it into a tail fin or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna try to do here. I'm gonna make it its own little ship on top. It's kind of similar to something that Jay Randall did on one of his older.
Mm. Yeah, I love chatting with Tack. He's I wind him up so much, and he always comes back happy as Larry the next day to keep chatting away. He hasn't been on much the last few days though.
Who, Attack?
Yeah. Because we're normally sat in my Discord chatting so that we can listen to music. 'Cause you haven't got a music part on yours.
Oh. Jet Set, make it happen.
No, because
Who's
then
that?
people will stop coming in my Discord.
Oh, okay. Alright, never mind. Cancel that.
Yeah, it's normally me, Tim, Tack, Obsidian sometimes. Mad when he doesn't hate me for slagging off PvP builds. Read what NMK just said.
Yeah, if lift others in the middle, won't it look like it's burning the HP it's carrying? I know it's bigger. That's a point. That's a valid point.
Yeah, it's lucky thrusters don't damage anything.
Yeah, that's a valid point. I could probably put them back here. Keep them back here. I'll probably do that. I can lift these up.
The other thing that's weird with the physics engine, the weights and volumes, you know, it can tip vehicles to the left and right, but you don't have to balance the thrusters out across the ship. You can put them anywhere and they still provide the same upwards or lateral thrust.
Yeah.
So you can put them all at the back and it doesn't like tilt the nose forward or anything.
Right.
Oh yeah, Raptor. There's no point talking to me about PvP builds. I'm not a PvP player, and I like aesthetically pleasing builds, you know. Which is why I'm drawn to people like Jay Randall and Crazy Z, and even Hushed with all his glowies. I'm a bit of a Scrooge, and the thought of losing my entire vehicle in one battle bothers me. I'm sure I'll give it a go one day, but not at the moment. Touchwood, your connection seems to be a lot better today.
Who's that? Me?
Yeah.
I think it was kind of an anomaly. That one time. But then it's also because it's the middle of the day and everybody's at work.
Yeah.
That probably got something to do with it.
So are you on a satellite link, are you?
Cellular.
Because you're on the British Virgin Islands, aren't you? Not the American ones.
Right.
Yeah. I tell you, it looks beautiful there.
Yeah, it's nice.
You're obviously too used to it.
Yeah, I'm over it.
There's only so much texturing you can do to a solid block of metal though, Raptor. You can't put in the pretty shapes. I did notice the red stripes though.
I don't like that. There's gotta be some other way I could do good forward thrusting.
You could put it underneath.
Yeah, there's a lot going on underneath. The whole thing is I want to make it so that it's forward patch compatible, like when they do make it so thrusters have to have exhaust
Well, how about
spacing.
two mediums instead of one big one?
I might just do them on the wing.
Are you planning on turning those wings into storage space, or can you just sink it into the wing?
Yeah, it was actually, yeah.
So I keep seeing people saying about leaving thrusters uncovered for future patch compatibility. Have they said that they're gonna make that a thing that block
Yeah.
thrusters won't give any thrust.
Mm-hmm. They've been saying it for a long time, but yeah, it's a thing eventually. I just don't want to. I don't want to be in that predicament trying to salvage ships that I love, you know. And nah, I'd rather just like solve the problem now.
Yeah.
And then if it's if it's like a minor tweak, then cool, I'll do that after the fact. But
Do thrusters have radiation?
yeah.
Oh yeah, that looks good. You do change your mind a lot, don't you?
Oh yeah. No, I learned that a long time ago, man. You can't. If there's something at all that you don't like change it. Don't even think about it. Just freaking change it. Because you're just gonna get frustrated when you've already like gotten to a point where you can't fix it.
When you've built other stuff around it.
Yeah, and then it's just a problem. That was one longer.
Yeah, I know I need to start building at some point at Scali, but it's kind of daunting for me because I know once I start, I'm just going to be building the same thing for weeks, trying to get it exactly how I want it.
That's good.
I
man.
can't do it at this sort of speed that XCaliber's doing it at.
But why do you?
I'm
I
really
mean-
liking T-Rex's builds at the moment as well.
Oh yeah, no, he's awesome. Yeah, I mean, there's builds that I've spent whole patches on. The Kydex, the new Kydex, I started that when Alpha 9 dropped. It's 10.5, so yeah, no,
It's
it
nearly ready to publish.
yeah, you know what I mean. So it's yeah, it's just it really depends on the build.
What I was planning, if I do start doing a build, is do the build and then ask someone else to like sort out the signal logic for me, because I just don't have the brains to do that sort of thing.
Oh yeah, you got a whole lab coat team in here that can help out with that. That's not a problem.
Yeah. See, on Ark and stuff like that, I had no problem with like building massive, fantastic buildings and stuff, but it just seems a lot more personal on here, building ships and stuff.
For sure. Yeah, because I mean, really, you can achieve some amazing stuff. I mean, there's such a big, like, I don't know. I mean, you look at the workshop. I mean, there's stuff that looks like blocks. There's stuff that looks like it's not of this game. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
that's not going to be enough forward thrust or reverse thrust. I mean.
Yeah, Scully. Actually, the first thing I intend to build is a CV, a lot like what XCaliber's pillbox is. Because that's what I want in the game, something that can go around and harvest and kill things at the same time. It's a shame there aren't any slanted grills like you're using there.
There is, but only a 45. Not the 33. Yeah, see, it's just.
No.
This is what's frustrating with these jet thrusters is, you know, HV thrusters, CV thrusters, they all kind of blend with the blocks, where these are not of the blocks. Like, they look cool, but, like, I wish they gave us the other options, too. I'm just gonna stick them out and make them look...
See, I mean, it looks more real world when you got it stuck out slightly anyway. The only downside to that, of course, is there's more thruster exposed for enemies to shoot at.
Yeah. That's... I mean, this is a passive thing, so I'm fine with that for this build. These are pretty high hit points, too, so it would take a lot. Yeah, 650 is most of the all the blow. By 3 times. Yeah, that looks okay. We'll do that.
Definitely compact.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Pear.
Hey, what's up here?
Is it possible to build a base and have like some containers public and most of them set to faction or private, or do you just have to do the whole base?
No, you just set the lock code to 0000. When you open a box, here, I'll get a box. When you get a box like that, when you open it, sorry, when you go to the P menu and you go to devices, you'll see lock code there. So if you just go in here and go 0000, see, it even says it there. 4 zeros equals public, and then basically anybody can access that. So it's good for traders. Like if you come in a transport.
Yeah, that's why I was asking. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I wish cockpits could be at a 45 too. Like this isn't great visibility for this guy here. He's gonna be right here. I mean, he's gonna see a little bit below, but not great.
Yeah, those blocks in the front are gonna block it out, aren't they?
Yeah, so it's kind of an illusion. We'll see. We'll work with it. I might make this whole block open too.
To be honest, I normally press V as soon as I jump in a vehicle anyway.
No, totally. But there are people that stay true to the whole first-person piloting thing, and man, more power to them. I'm not doing that shit, but plenty of props for that. Figure out here. What's that? No.
What time is it where you are at the moment?
2:30. Is it 7:30 for you?
Yeah. So you're in the same time zone as the East Coast then?
Yeah.
Or is it West
Well, for
Coast?
half the
I
year.
never remember.
For half the year, yeah. I don't do daylight savings time, so when they set their clocks back, I don't.
What's that pairs on about? VR?
Just got home, nomming some food, VR. Empyrion, I don't know. Maybe
Does
he's got an
Empyrion
Oculus or
have a
something.
VR version?
Well, maybe, I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I don't think so. They better not.
No Man's Sky's got that now, hasn't it? Yeah, I think he's just on about the hardcore RP players.
I know this thing's gonna be a lot taller than that, so I don't know how I'm gonna get in. Have another docking. This is why I wish they had those for SVs, those cool new docking ramps.
The long ramps, yeah, that drop down.
Dude, that would
cool.
be epic for an SV. They don't give SVs anything, man. We can't have any of the toys
Yeah.
over here in SV land. It's like, eh.
To be honest, I mean, I like the SVs with the cockpit where you get out of the cockpit and you're outside the ship. And those things, when I land them, I tend to land them with the nose facing down anyway, so I can just walk up to it and press E to get in.
I think that Elion developers sit around and play World of Tanks all day. Like, you know, it'd be cool is if you know, our game had a bunch of tanks and that was the main thing.
Well, if you could put tracks on HVs, that would look so cool.
Right. Or just give us wheels. Like, that'd be cool.
But then they're not hovers.
That's fine. Another class of, you know, I'm good with it.
Unless you mean like a quad bike to go with a motorbike.
No. What? How'd we get on bikes? No, I'm not talking about bikes.
Quad bike with a clone chamber on the back. Yes, Escali, tier 2 RCS would be awesome for SVs. Yeah, I think someone's already put in the rebound challenge for him to build a bike, Escali. And I know I put in a challenge for him to build a Tron light cycle.
Like, nothing's gonna beat Jay Randall's bike, though. I can't beat this bike. It's freaking amazing.
I don't know if I've seen it.
He hasn't released it. Where is that? Oh yeah, test version area. Look at that. That's a bike.
That's not a bike.
It's a bike.
That looks like something out of Star Wars.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool as hell, but no, I want you to make something that looks like a light cycle out of Tron.
Oh, out of Tron. Well, that's a different thing. Do I have? No, you know what? See, this is what sucks. I have to unsubscribe from everything when I do these challenges. Otherwise, I don't get it all.
Yeah.
And there was some really cool stuff I was subbed to that I don't even remember at this point, and it's like kind of sucks. Cause there was a Tron tier 1 Tron vessel that God, I can't even remember who built it. Somebody in the older community before this one. He built it.
T-Rex's latest
amazing.
CV, the way he's done the glowies on that reminds me a lot of Tron.
Oh, you know what? It was by Siege. It was by Siege. I could even look that up. Huh?
There you go. What Per just said to you. Make a backup blueprint folder.
Yeah, yeah. Sure.
Yeah, see that J Randall bike? That looks like 1/3 of a pod racer.
Yeah.
Someone did that in the challenge in your last stream, didn't they? They made a really cool Star Wars pod racer.
Yep.
The one that you said was from Star Trek.
Yeah. It's a Lusticor, right?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm looking for... See, this is the problem with the workshop, is you can't find anybody's... Hold on, let me open it.
That's alright, Per. He's not in here for you to see him, to see you spelling his name wrong.
No, you can't just type Siege. Nothing will show up.
If you're following him as a designer, you can just look for him that way.
I know, but he hasn't posted anything in a long time. Damn it. Didn't Siege make the Borg cube?
Well, you spelt Siege wrong there anyway, didn't you?
Yeah,
It's
probably.
SIE.
What's the thing he made? He made this, like, really cool space station.
I can't remember. I know the one you mean. I can't remember what it's called.
This is... Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to know one of his builds. Yeah, that's a good point, Bear. I don't know what any of his builds are called. This
Yeah,
really...
that's something. That's not a bad idea. I always put, like, even if it was just XBC in the name of all your vehicles, then people can just search that and find everything you've ever done.
Yeah. Okay, let's do this. Let's go to most popular for like 3 months or whatever, and we'll probably find it. Gotta find
See,
it.
that's the thing. It just worked for you. When I click on most popular, and I click on 3 months, it doesn't. It just goes back to of all time again. It's obviously just me. There's a lot of stuff come out in the last 3 months.
6 months.
Can anybody remember the name of a build from Siege for XCal to search against?
I even forget about what we're doing right now. Like, what do we even... Oh, look, I've got something more popular for 6 months. Yay. Oh, this one too. Yay. Oh, did the rebar go back to 4 stars?
Ooh,
It was
that
5.
Magnolia Condo looks interesting. I might have to look that up in a minute.
Yeah. Ah, somebody downvoted my rebar again.
I really don't understand why people do that. It's so petty.
Siege.
I mean, even Facebook removed the dislike button. Why doesn't Steam?
Let's do 1 year.
I mean, there's obviously people out there who want their thing to appear in most popular, so they downvote everybody else's.
You.
No, he said do it in Google. not in Steam.
No, dude, there's gotta be a way to do this. This is stupid. Okay, let's do 1 year.
Right, I've got Siege.
Oh, do you?
Because I used Google. Yeah.
Okay, give me a name of one of his builds.
Galaxy Military Transport. Alien Fighter, Alien Cruiser.
There we go. Thank you. Alright, so... Siege... Yeah, see, he's working on this. I guess he released it.
Millennium Falcon, yeah.
I guess he released it.
There's a lot of Millennium Falcons on the workshop.
Yeah, there's a couple really good ones. Core, I think, is working on one.
Wasn't it Raptor that was using one on
Yeah, there you
Spanky's
go.
server?
Look at that.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's a unlock level 1 hover vessel.
Yeah, that's very cool. But it needs to be the light cycle. The car's too easy.
He did all the different colors.
Yeah, that is cool. That's very cool. See, those could be used for a PvE race on the Anvil.
Yeah, yeah.
I said if only you'd read chat because he linked Siege's workshop in it.
Oh, sorry.
But you can't click links from the chat anyway.
You can't?
Oh, well, I don't know what. Do you see the normal chat as well as your overlay?
Yeah. The overlay is for really the only reason I have the overlay is for when I put it on YouTube after, so people know what I'm talking about. Otherwise, it's like me just talking to invisible people.
Yeah, you look crazy. Yeah.
And I guess for you guys, when you're like, maybe there's people that are watching on a big screen and they're not watching on a.
Yeah, I mean, I can maximize the view window now, but it's also handy if you come into a stream late, you can see the stuff that was talked about for a few minutes before you joined as well.
Yeah.
Why are you looking forward to July the 6th, Escali? That's a long way away. Sorry, Nevin. So the funny thing is, I'm a member of a vape community on Facebook, and we do live streams every Friday reviewing juice. And when I'm not on the stream, I'm always having a go at the guys doing the reviews for not reading the chat to answer people's questions, and now I'm just as bad. Oh, sorry, did Stream Elements? Yeah, now I see what you're on about. Because your Stream Elements is still advertising the June Builders Challenge.
I know, I gotta fix that. Every time I try to go in there and fix that, I can't find it.
Yeah.
Alright guys, I think that's gonna be it for this episode. So I think I'd probably do like 1 or 2 more episodes of this, get this thing done. Turned out pretty good, man. That was pretty good for one stream.
You've done a lot in 1 hour, is it?
Yeah, give or take. I ranted for like half an hour.
Oh.
I guess 2 hours.
Cheers for inviting me in anyway. It's nice to actually chat to you while you're building.
Oh no, yeah, it was fun. It's better too. Like when I'm in a conversation, I tend to like build a little bit better because I'm not fully focused, I guess, and it just kind of happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys. All right. So hopefully, we can make enough noise and get them to implement this docking. I just want to see them do it, man. Just put it out there. Let's see what people say. If it doesn't work, then take it back out, you know. But let's at least get some feedback on it. Let's get some.
Try it.
Yeah, dude. Like now it's like 10.5. I'm like, what's in 10.5? What's exciting? Because I was super excited, and then.
The fact that they put it in and then an hour later took it out, though, that was so naughty.
Now I've forgotten what's exciting about it. I gotta go reread the notes and be like, what's coming again? Hopefully, you know, it'll be good. But
yeah, pair. They've said they're gonna do space flight for HVs in 10.6.
Yeah, well, if this is a thing, I don't know. I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, until then, guys, I will catch you guys on the next episode. Thanks a lot for popping in, man. Appreciate that.
Bye.
Later, guys.